Alright, we are back. We've got our house built. And I ended up playing a little bit. I got carried away. I built probably about 35 buildings. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that now. Let's see, where did I leave off? We're going to see what tools we have. I've also changed the controls a little bit. So when you go to settings, you can go to controls and you can change the preset. Changes it to where you press left bumper instead of up on the D-pad when you're selecting things. So if you're trying to look around, you want to switch real quick, it's a little bit easier. At least in my opinion it is. So that's how I have it set up. I've also been playing in third person because that's been a lot of fun as well. We're going to need to get some buildings built, another house, and a well. We're going to get a settler. That's going to be the goal of this video, is to get our first settler. First, we're going to cut down some trees and build ourselves a house because we cannot get anybody to... The only person we can get to live with us is our wife. And it takes quite a little bit of time to actually get a girl to like you enough before you can ask her to be your wife. So you're going to have to build some houses to house other settlers. Going to take some sticks and then we're just going to deforest pretty much this entire area. It's going to be great. Let's see, I need to find some stones as well. That would help. I don't think I have that ability unlocked yet. Maybe I can find a few stones around here so I can make another axe or two, because this is going to be quite an excavation. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and just start with these trees. I like cutting them down in a certain direction because they all fall typically right in front of where you cut them down, except for that one. That one didn't fall. You also don't want to get hit by a tree because it could kill you, and you'd have to come back from where you saved. We're just gonna get a huge pile of logs. Might get some levels at the same time of doing this, hopefully. My guy looks like he's pretty hungry. We're gonna have to worry about that in a little bit as well. And also there's something else. Whenever you're crafting a tool, normally the way I've been doing it has been going into my inventory and selecting the tool and then putting it down on the crafting bar or the quick slot bar. A faster way to do it is to go to whichever hand you want the tool to be in, and then whenever you craft it, it will show up in that hand. So like for the wooden hoe, for instance, I can just craft it, and then when I look over at it, it's in the hand that I just had selected. I don't have to go into the inventory or anything like that. It's honestly not that big of a deal, because once you get used to the controls, it's pretty easy to navigate the inventory. But it definitely saves a few seconds here or there if you're that kind of gamer, which I totally am. You can also make another axe. That way whenever this one breaks, because you cannot repair tools, at least as far as I'm aware, you can't. Whenever one breaks, the other one is immediately slotted in, just like that. That tree's gonna just chill there. Hopefully it doesn't fall on me. I'm probably cutting down an absurd amount of logs, but you honestly do need an absurd amount of logs. Yeah, but we're gonna get this house built. Nice. Resource storage. Also, we're not gonna worry about questing that much because the only way to unlock more building spots, if you go here to management, you look right here, it says 1 out of 5 buildings. That's my house. At the moment, we can only build 5 buildings. And that is honestly not enough to do anything really, and so the most important part right now is just to complete enough of the main story missions. Here at the journal you go to chapters, and then you've got this one right here. The chapters is what you want to complete, but that will give you the ability to build more houses. And the quests get increasingly difficult, I guess you could say, because one of them you have to kill a bear and a moose and an ox. I'm also getting a bunch of skills. Let's see, I got an extraction skill. We're gonna go ahead and put one in the extraction knowledge. I'm gonna put, no, I don't even have 2. Dang it, I thought I had 2. I have 1 here. We're gonna do the same thing here and just put it in the survival knowledge because I'm playing on vanilla, so I don't have any XP boosts or anything like that. It's just completely normal, you know. That's how we're gonna do it. I'm not using unlimited carry weight. I'm not using unlimited stamina. We're just, you know, we're just gonna make it fun, you know. Hopefully it's not too bad. I honestly, it says logs 100%. I haven't ever really left logs outside before. I don't really know what happens if you do. At the moment, we're just going to chop up all of these trees that we just cut down, and then we're gonna go look for some food real quick. We should also make some spears. That would be useful. So I'm gonna just grab like 1 or 2 logs because that'll be enough for a spear. Whenever you go to crafting, I'm gonna go to handcrafting, I'm gonna go to spears. You can see right here in the middle of the wheel it says craft more. Press that and you can craft even more without having to go to the wheel every single time. Then you'll stand there and craft however many you want to do, and that works for almost everything. And now we pretty much have, you know, an entire valley full of logs, which is gonna be enough to build a few buildings. Becoming increasingly encumbered because of the sticks that are coming into my inventory. I have 129 sticks and a bunch of feathers. We're gonna go back to the main base and we're gonna go ahead and build that second house. We're gonna lay out the foundation for the next few buildings. Let's see, buildings. Well, let's get over there first. If you're playing on default settings, your season should only be 3 days long. I personally haven't been able to find like a timer for the in-game clock, except for this bar right here at the top. It kind of like gives you a little arrow as far as where your seasons are, and since it's 3 days, it's, you know, cut up into thirds, and you can kind of determine how far along your day is depending on where that little arrow is on that bar. Some of these merchants and stuff will only be able to be sold to and talked to before nighttime usually, so that's usually your biggest timer is the sun. Alright, foundation. So let's see, buildings. We're gonna put down a simple house right next to this. And we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go to extraction buildings. Let's see, extraction. We're gonna build a well right behind this house. We're gonna leave a little bit of space. Right there. Okay. So now, what else can we build right now? Nothing. Hunting. Well, no, that's extraction. Hunting. Cannot build anything else yet, so we're gonna get these buildings down. We need to build ourselves a hammer if I don't already have one. Alright, we need stones. We've got 12. Perfect. Still need to go and figure out what we're gonna do for food. I'm pretty sure I have food in my inventory that the game kind of starts you off with. This oat roll. Yeah, it's perfect. Alright, logs 8. And we don't even have to worry that much about logs because they're all right here. Should be pretty quick to build these. We're just going to build the frame of this house. Then we'll get the well down. Then we'll finish up this house. See if we can do this all before the end of the season. I can carry about 7 logs before it gets too heavy. I mean, I could carry a few more, but I would walk really, really slow. There was also a recent update in this game. Normally, whenever you would pick things up, such as this hay right over here, You would have to, as soon as it would collect, you would have to press A again. And so it's kind of tedious collecting stuff like this. But now, all you have to do is just hold A, and it will collect the entire time. Which I think is extremely nice. Go pick up a few logs. I should have enough hay to build the rest of the house as well. Hopefully our logs are doing okay. And we still have quite a few. We might have to go and deforest a little bit more. I think that the trees take a little over 1 year to grow back. Could be wrong, it could be different per tree. I honestly don't know the exact mechanics behind the tree regrowth, but they do grow back after a year at least. We can fill out some of these sections. We're gonna go ahead and use our well. You go over right here to this little rope and you press hold A to drink. And then whenever you craft, whenever you have an empty bucket or an empty water skin, which you can buy both of these, and you can actually find water skins while you're walking around the road. I don't use them too much. There's typically water almost everywhere you go. I don't travel a terrible amount. I mean, you know, it is very, very beneficial to travel. So whenever you get the opportunity, if you're doing a quest or something like that, make sure you go travel. It will definitely help out. But the chapters in this game are pretty much to teach you how the game works. It's going to teach you about seasons. It's going to teach you about hunting. It's going to teach you about cooking. Some of it's pretty basic. It'll teach you about farming. That one takes a minute. But we're gonna get through it. Just picking up sticks for no reason other than I'm talking. When I have, you know, 100 sticks in my bedroom, which we're gonna go grab here in a second. Alright, let's grab these sticks that I put in here. And we're gonna go and fill out the rest of these sections right here. That will be the majority of what you do in this game besides management, is placing and building buildings. As far as I know, there is nobody in the group that can actually build buildings. Only people that can repair them, which they will get damaged over time. And to repair them, you want to press the left trigger and it will give you the option to build, repair, or destroy. If anybody's curious of how to break down their buildings, that's how you do it. Alright, so the only thing left is we need logs. Just gonna deposit as many heavy things as possible so I can grab as many logs as possible. Hammer looks like it's about to go as well, so we're also gonna take 10 sticks back and build ourselves another hammer. Should be enough logs over here. With that entire deforestation, we managed to build a well and one extra house, and there's still a few logs left over. So you're going to need to cut down, I'm going to need to cut down all those trees. While you're questing though, you'll find axes, you'll find, oh, I need a stick. One stick, where's the stick at? Come on. I gotta do this to me right now, game. Stick. You'll eventually get an ability that will allow you to see where all the sticks are. Still have quite a few logs over here, which I'm definitely extremely happy about. Doing it this way, in my opinion, just kind of speeds up the process. Because instead of like every single time you need a log, you go cut down a tree. It's like you cut down a bunch of logs and you just have, you know, a nice supply whenever you need it. Do not know how long they last, so just keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye on it together. And ta-da! We got our second house. Alright, so food. I have a rabbit trap over here. We need to go check it. Personally, I think hunting is a little bit more effective. And you will eventually get a skill that allows you to see animals from a distance. But we're going to try and kill this rabbit right here. Oh, he's running away. Okay, maybe we can see... Oh, there's one right there too. Okay. Let's see if we can get him. We'll just sneak a little bit. He's holding still. And it's been a while since I've thrown a spear. Oh my goodness, that was the most terrible throw I've ever seen. Whenever you throw stuff, you can press... And on my controller is the Y button. Because I have the controls changed. But yours might be left bumper. And it will show you where your stick is. Also, one of the first things that I want to try and buy is a bow. Because that will make hunting extremely easy. I mean extremely easy. Well, we can try and get this crow right here. Crows are just as good because you can sell the feathers. And we got him. We'll take the spear. I don't even know if I have a... Oh, I still have a knife. Sweet. Yeah, try to kill as many... And I wouldn't say animals in general. Crows are really good because feathers don't weigh very much. And you can get a lot of them. You can get a lot of them if you actually, you know, hit the crow when you throw the spear. Just for the sake of using these logs and making sure that our settlement is nice and big, we're also going to build another house right here. Alright, got another house. We can build a barn back here whenever we get to that stage. Take some sticks. Now we probably need some stones. Oh, logs. Nice. Even better. Gonna have to definitely cut down some more of these trees. We are more than halfway through the season, and we only have 1 day left. And I've picked up quite a few logs on this attempt right here, and you can see how slow I'm going. I don't judge you if you use the unlimited carry weight, but I personally think that it's just more immersive whenever you don't. That's me. You can do whatever you want. This is your game. Got a hunting lodge. Nice. Got a new level in survival. Nice. So let's take care of that level. Survival. Okay, so let's stick some mushrooms. This will make life way easier, seeing sticks, stones, mushrooms, feathers, and herbs in inspector mode. Now when I press inspector mode, I can see all this extra stuff, which just makes life so much easier when you're trying to build. It will also show me where the logs are that I cut down, which apparently I only have 2 left, which is insane. So we're gonna go ahead and cut more down before we continue building. We're gonna cut down all these trees until our axe breaks, which will be coming up shortly. I also turned up the brightness a little bit because last time I was watching the last video and it looked like it got extremely dark. You couldn't see anything, especially whenever my guy gets out of breath. Axe broke. Gonna make another one. Finish cutting down this tree. And we'll go to sleep. Yeah, punch the tree. Got a new crafting level. Oh, I got survivor knowledge. I'm gonna spend something on that. Crafting knowledge. Gonna do this one. Why not? Crafting knowledge, the first one. From smithies and workshops. Which workshop will probably be one of the next things that we unlock. Alright, so we've got 9 meat. That'll be enough to kind of get us a little bit of food. If you don't know this, you can actually light this fire right under your cauldron in your house, and it's actually a stone campfire and a cauldron. So you can make your stews on the top, and you can make your meats on the bottom. And I did the silly thing and didn't craft more, so I'm only going to craft 1. But I can craft more, and now he'll craft all 8 without having to press the button 8 times. Alright, now we're gonna go drink and make sure our water's topped off, and we're gonna eat all this meat that we just cooked. The inventory, cook, what is it? Roasted meat, 13, nice. Gonna eat all of that. And if you ever get food poisoning, it doesn't really, let's see, eating some mushroom. So St. John's wort is this little yellow flower right here. Shows up whenever you go into your inspector. If you're in a dire situation where you have to eat raw meat to stay alive, eating one of these will get rid of 20% of your poison bar. So if you are fully poisoned and you eat 5 of these, which laying around me there's already 10, it will completely cure your poison, which is good to know. It also says sleep next season the whole entire time, but you cannot skip any days. You have to actually play through everything. All right, so we're gonna build a hunting lodge. Since we got one of those, that'll be way more beneficial than another house at the moment. And we're gonna put the hunting lodge right. Yeah, we'll put the hunting lodge right there. And the first material we need is rocks. And it's a good thing that we just unlocked this ability, because now I can see all the rocks really easily. And I don't have to go around looking for rocks. I could just grab them. And now we need logs. Well, let's get rid of the one that's in our inventory to carry as many as possible. We have all these trees cut down from yesterday. Just gonna go ahead and debark them. I don't know what you would call this. Cutting the stems off of the trees, or the branches. Let's take this log. Logging over here. Alright, that should be enough for now. I'm gonna go try and finish these 2 buildings. Because at the moment, I think that this is the limit of how many buildings we can build. Because we can only build 5, and this is 5, yes. So we actually can't build any more buildings until the next season, which is tomorrow. Which is perfectly okay, because we're gonna get some villagers in here, and we're gonna get some we're gonna get one of them to be a hunter. And go into checking skills and everything. It's fairly simple. Carrying all these logs takes a minute. Oh, I have 86 sticks on me, that's why. We're gonna go ahead and fill out all of these walls before we go back and collect more logs. This is probably what we're gonna do all day today. It's just build. Alright, well that is a lot of sticks. I'm gonna go ahead and deposit all these sticks real quick. Got fur, sticks, stones. Oh, and we have a wooden bowl because we ate some porridge earlier. That will come in handy. Okay, let's see. We need logs. 3. We can also take more than that if we want and fill out the other house. There are ways to increase your carry weight. The first way is to get a backpack, which doesn't come till a little bit later in the game. Let me drop one of these logs because I am really heavy. And nice and easy. Oh. Alright. We're also gonna have to grab more straw. This is a pain in the butt until you get settlers, let me tell you. Once you get settlers though, this game gets so easy. They collect logs, they collect sticks, they collect feathers, they collect planks, they collect all of the mushrooms, all of the flowers, they collect stones, they collect hay, they collect clay, they collect limestone, they collect meat, they can make dried meat, they collect leather, they can collect fur, they can also collect water. But the hard part is getting it all set up in a way to where it's self-sustaining. That is the fun part of this game, and you get to manage all of it. Let's put these logs, finish off these walls. There we go. And all of these ceiling tiles are gonna need a log. You're gonna need to cut down a lot of trees. Even when you get the logging state, even when you get some of these workshops and everything set up, it's not something where it immediately takes effect. Like, for instance, normally, like, whenever you set something up, you're only going to be able to get a certain amount per day. Like, the logging station, you could set it up to maybe get, like, 15 logs, 20 logs, however many logs a day. There is a certain limit to a lot of them. And whenever you get crafting stations like the smithy, you'll only be able to craft a partial of a certain tool a day, like a fifth of a weapon or a third of a weapon. So it'll take 3 whole days just to make a tool. And so, like, you can't just expect as soon as you set it up that it's going to start cranking out these supplies as fast as you want. You have to actually give it some time to build up, and that's what this game's all about, is just time and letting it build up. It's like a snowball effect. But once we get the hunting shed, we can start literally like flooding our encampment with settlers, because we won't have to worry about food, which is nice. Go ahead and grab these last few logs. Alright, where else is a log needed? Boom. Probably gonna, no, sticks, logs. So we need 4 more logs and a bunch of straw and some sticks. And we can get 4 more logs from 1 more tree. That should be easy. Once we get this hunting settlement, or once we get these hunting shed put up, It will also eliminate our need for food. Or need, not necessarily need for food, but the need to go and collect it on a regular basis, because your settlers will collect all of it for you. Alright, so now all we need is sticks and hay. We're gonna go grab a handful of hay. If you're wondering how important hay is, it is extremely important, because you can use it to build pretty much all of the roofs in your building. You can also use it to make animal feed, which animals will provide you with fertilizer for your crops. You can also use it to make insulation for your buildings, because right now we just have these stick walls. But you can put this stuff called daub, which takes clay and hay to make. And it takes a lot. Let me tell you, it takes a lot. You also need hay for something else, but it's kind of like skipping my mind right now. And now we can invite 4 settlers in, which is going to be clutch. Because the hunting shed will be enough to provide enough food for up to like 15 settlers, I think. It'll provide a lot of food. It's crazy. And depending on the skill of your settlers, you can collect a lot. I think that I can collect almost 100 meat in one day if I had 2 really good hunters on there collecting both meat. But we're gonna get all of that set up. We're gonna get this settler in here. And yeah, let's finish off this building. We need to get sticks. Grab the sticks from the shed. The shed. My house. Not a shed. And ta-da! So in the hunting lodge, you have this workbench, which we could make 3 different kinds of bows. We can make arrows, which we'll definitely buy that scheme eventually. We can also make wooden bolts. And then over here in the drying rack, we can make dried meat and dried fish meat. And that is pretty much all you can do in here. But we will go get a settler before the day ends. We'll also try and buy a bucket of water, because that will be important as well to keep our settlers happy, because we're going to make 5. There's 4 things you need to make settlers happy. You can press the inspect button. Look, you see her hunting right there? It's at a 3. She is definitely coming with us. Oh my goodness. I need 50 reputation. Are you kidding me?
Have a good day.
What is my reputation at? 40? What am I gonna get for finishing 20? Oh my goodness, no! Alright, well you can talk to Unigash as well. That might get our reputation up. Let's talk to Unigash real quick. He's probably gonna tell us a long story, which I'm not in the mood to hear. I just want to get this game going. Everything alright? Somebody died, everybody lies, yes. Alright, so I got some dynasty. Now I've got to go talk to the dude over there. His name is Sambor. That's a bummer. I thought that I was going to be able to invite settlers right away. I completely forgot I need some dynasty. If you're on Xbox, if you double tap the sprint button, it will auto run. And then you can just tap it on and off to sprint whenever you want. We're going to try and go talk to Sambor before it's too late, just so we can get enough dynasty to unlock our ability to bring people in. Along these roads, you'll also discover a bunch of animal spots. And look, this is one of these overturned crates right here. Let's see, they got a stone knife, piece of leather. That's all I see, but there's usually a couple of things here. Apparently, you can find potions, you can find axes, you can find ore like silver. I mean, not silver. You can find tin and copper and iron. At some point, you're supposed to be able to go mining as well and find mines, but I personally have not found any yet. I don't want to look them up either. And if you look over there, there's a nice little wolf, which we don't want to get involved with. It's gonna try and mind our own business. Let's get our reputation up nice and quick. Now this guy, he's one of Unigast's friends, who is also your uncle's friend. The main quest with Unigast is pretty much you just learning about your uncle and the group that he was a part of. Hopefully we made it in time. Hopefully he's not laying down, thank goodness. Okay, so he's got a lot of talking to do. And I mean a lot of talking. And he gives us a shovel. And we're gonna equip the shovel. And we're gonna go mine some clay behind his house. We're gonna have to mine 2 nodes. Let's see, shovel. Alright, so you can also pick up these figurines. I don't know exactly, I don't think they're worth anything. But I think you might be able to give them away as like a gift or something like that whenever you're trying to romance a girl. I know that there's vendors around that give you like earrings and necklaces and stuff. There's only a few of them. But they will give you items that you can give to your spouse. Fastest way to make money in this game? I have no idea. I would say it's farming. But last time I was doing this, my taxes were going up so fast. I think within the 3rd year, I was already paying like $2,000 in taxes. But it really just depends on how big you build your colony. The more buildings and the more land that you use as farmland, you'll have to pay taxes on it. And I think everything does tell you how much stuff. Oh my! Talking. There we go. Okay, now we have got enough reputation. I don't think we're going to be able to make it back in time to the main town. We might make it back in time. We're going to try. We're also going to try not to run into these wolves. I think that you can pull out your torch and wave it at them and they get scared. But I've tried that before and it doesn't always work. So we're just gonna have fingers crossed that they don't see us. That's another thing about this game is whenever you get NPCs to do things for you, like go hunting, cut down trees, all that other stuff, it is not like an actual, they don't actually physically go out and cut down the trees or kill the animals or anything like that. It is purely based off of their skill. So when they're working or whenever they're doing what job you've assigned them to, they will just go and stand in that building. The only physical thing that gets done as far as like your villagers actually doing something is farming. So whenever you have a field and you set your NPCs to go do field work, they will actually go out there and hoe the fields and plow the fields. It's sow them with seeds, fertilizer. They'll do all the work for you. It takes them 4 times as long to do it than it takes you, because for them they have to hit the ground 4 times with a tool for it to actually till the ground, and you only have to hit it once. So depending on how many farmers you have, it might be beneficial to help them out in the first maybe, I don't know, until you get enough farmers. You also can't assign a worker to the plot of farm until you've built a barn, and then you can set one of your NPCs as a farmer. And then there's farmers and barn workers. Farmers will, work on the fields, and then the barn workers will turn the crops into seeds. They'll make animal food, they'll make fertilizer, they'll make everything that you need. Alright, so we gotta deliver. We're trying to make it to that lady so we can try and get her in our settlement before the day ends. Run like the wind. Do I have 100 yet? I do. I have 110.
How is life
so.
treating you? See you soon.
Oh, she won't even talk to me because I smell. Alright, so we gotta sprint down to the water real quick. Ay, ay, ay. It's gonna wash off real quick. Alright, now she should talk to us. And it looks like everybody's still up. So it looks like I made it in time. Alright, so your skills, are you the one with the high hunting level? You are, okay. New settlement, looking for people willing to join me. Great, see you there. What about you? Nope. Okay, so first thing we need to get is a bucket of water, because that will help out tremendously.
Be welcome. My wares
Which I'm
never
pretty
disappoint.
sure this guy has a bucket of water.
Stranger.
He does not.
Have a
Farewell.
good day.
Okay, maybe the bartender has a bucket of water. This is the
Hello
bartender.
there. Best goods in the valley.
Yeah, bucket of water. Oh, price 45. Boy. See, I've got leather I can sell. I could sell this oat ale. Let's sell 2 of them. So we've got some coins now. We're gonna buy both of the buckets of water. Now we have a villager, and if you can look up in the top left-hand corner, there's a few things that she needs. First, she needs a house, and that's gonna be easy. We're gonna press your menu button. You're gonna go to management. A couple ways you can do it. You can go to houses. You can select which house you want, and then you can assign that way, which I'm pretty sure this is the one right next to my house. Yeah, this is the one right next to my house. We're going to assign her to that house. And that is going to get rid of her house symbol. Now for food and water, we got a bucket of water. We're going to have to take this bucket of water and put it in her chest. And now you can see that she no longer needs a bucket of water. We also need to put some food in there, and I'm just going to put this dried meat in there. We're just going to put 7, I guess. And that is going to take care of her food. And the last thing she needs is firewood. I'm almost 100% certain that during the winter, it takes a lot of firewood, which is why insulating your houses will come in handy. Your villagers during the winter will walk around and shiver and blow in their hands and shake and stuff like that, but they will not suffer unless you don't have firewood. So you can actually craft firewood in your inventory, just like this. And now we're gonna go and put this firewood in the house as well. Okay, now that is us with our first villager. Now we need to get her to work, because I don't want to have to collect food for her the whole time. Water isn't that hard. I can just grab the bucket and fill it up. Food, though, on the other hand, is something that is a little bit more important, especially when you have more villagers. You're not going to be able to go out hunting in one day and collect enough food for your... It will take you the entire day to do that, and you don't want to do that. So we're going to go over here to... We're in the management screen. We're going to go to hunting. We've got the hunting lodge. You can also just go over to the person's name like this, and you can just select workplace, and then it'll give you all of the buildings that you can employ them at. We don't need the well. That's okay. We're going to employ her at the hunting lodge, and she's going to be a hunter. Now that she's employed, we're going to go over to the building part. We actually have to go to the building for this part. I can assign 2 workers, which I only have 1 right now. And in order for them to do their job, they need a knife. You can see right there, tools, knife. So we're going to go to the hunting lodge. We're going to put a knife in the box. Stone knife. We're just going to put both of them in the box. we're going to end up filling that box up with knives because they're going to need them. I think that's the one tool that gets used the most is the knife. So now you're going to go back to your hunting lodge, and now they have a tool. But it says up here at the top, status, no assignments. There are 4 different tabs up here. The last tab is the inventory of the building. This one tells you how many items are being produced versus the demand. I think this is kind of broken because sometimes it'll tell me I don't have demand when I know I do. Anyways, so here's the screen where they're going to collect whatever you tell them to get. I'm going to have them collect meat, and then I'm going to have them turn that into dry meat. At the moment, I'm just going to have them collect 20 per day. And then we can't see how many dried meat we're making until we collect the meat. Also, we're going to collect a few leather a day because this is going to be one of our main sources of money right off the bat. We're just going to have her collect all that, and we're going to have her collect some feathers as well because why not? So tomorrow she should collect 20 meat and turn it into however many dried meat that's going to be. We won't find out until there's at least 1 meat, which I think I can go and check my rabbit trap. Anyways, now that that is all set up, we're going to go ahead and sleep. And tomorrow, we're going to go find ourselves somebody else to come and live in our settlement.